I've been sick for the past 2 weeks. I had a tooth surgery, took out my 4 wisdom teeth, and I regret doing it ever. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is January 17th, and I've been saying I was going to start my YouTube channel, but I guess no better time to wait, no better time to start. It's still 10:30. My first meeting is at 2 p.m. So I still have a bit of time. I'm still having breakfast and I'm going to go to the gym soon. I'm having yogurt in a bowl with some bananas and granola sprinkled and some chia seeds. Fun fact, so I took time off from December 21st to January 2nd. So the company gave us about 4 days in between, and I took like 3 days, and I was always indoors. And then I had my tooth surgery, and then my cheeks swelled up, of course. And then I thought, oh, my cheeks are still swollen, but now I think they've gone down. So what is the remnant is the fat from the sedentary life I've lived for the past 4 weeks now. Okay guys, we're back. Let me gist you properly now. I think I already said welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, let's jump right into it. So I've titled this video 5 things to know before you get your tooth surgery, any kind at all. But anyway, the kind I did was wisdom tooth surgery. I took out the 4 bottom teeth of my wisdom tooth, I guess. And why? How did this happen? I went for a regular dental checkup, and I was like, oh, let me go use that health insurance, that dental insurance. And so I went for teeth cleaning. And then the dentist told me that they think I should take out my wisdom tooth. And this was in 2022 actually, but I ignored it. He was like, it's not serious, it's something you can also do when you're much older. So I ignored it. Anyway, I come back in 2023 to do another cleaning. I think we get 3 free cleanings a year or 2, I can't remember. But the second time I went, he told me, oh, I thought the last time I recommended that you go take out your wisdom tooth. I was like, oh, but you said it wasn't serious, I could take it out. And he's like, no, that the teeth, I think either the gum is growing in the teeth or the teeth is growing in the gum, and it could be a residue it could be an avenue for bacteria to grow, so you should go take it out, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, heard you, sir, I will go take it out. And so I scheduled my tooth surgery for January 2nd, also because I know that things will still be like picking back up at the beginning of the year. So I took 6 days from January 2nd to January 5th, thinking I would recover like between January 2nd and between January 8th, the next work day, when I was supposed to resume. And brothers and sisters, I did not. I'm still recovering. I'm still at home. That's why I'm making this video. So number 1 thing to know, 5 things you should know before you get your surgery. Number 1 thing, you might never recover as early as you think you will. So they tell you it takes about 7 to 10 days, but bruh, I'm still here. I'm still here trying to recover. Although I said it before that I think I have COVID, right? But like, it still took me a minute to get over the pain and the headaches that came with it. So it might take a while to recover, and you might not just make it. You might not make it. You might not make it from the recovery. Oh my god, that was actually my point, but I was like, okay, let me not, that's too drastic. Everyone should make it, no one should die. But I remember feeling like that when my procedure was about to start. So of course I got there in the morning. They had told me before that I need to come with someone, like, or someone needs to come pick me up, because I would still be under the effect of anesthesia. So I was like, okay, who can I have a friend who lives close to me, but she might be at work, she's a banker too. So I had another friend who could come, who would come pick me up. So I told her that, please, I need you to please come pick me up, or I take an Uber home. But at the same time, I knew that I couldn't probably cook myself the meals I needed to eat while recovering. No, you can't chew as much, your face will be swollen. And I knew that she would give me that sweet mommy love. Shout out to you, IVK. So she came to pick me from New Jersey that morning. And then but before my procedure started, guys, I was so like, and I don't know if this I should allude this to my personality, but I couldn't just let the anesthesia do its work. So before you start, they'll give you a paper to fill. They'll put a picture of your teeth in TV on the screen and be like, okay, this is what is wrong. This is what we're taking out. And then he told me, and then he gave me a paper to sign. And of course, I always read every paper you sign, guys. I learned that from my dad. I was reading it. Even all those stupid acknowledgements, those privacy, guys, I work in privacy, read it. Even though you can't do anything about it, shall read it before you present your consent. You know how like you have to sign, oh, I acknowledge, I agree. Sometimes I don't read it for things I know that even if I don't agree, I shall have to sign it. I will sign it, right? But this one I was like, okay, let me read because I can actually say yes or no. So I was reading and they said, I would have read it to you, but it's on my phone. I hereby let me fix the camera a bit. I hereby sign off my life. Okay, I'm joking, not really like that, but it was mostly, I understand that this surgery might cause it might cause damage to other parts of my nerves. It results in pain, swelling, bleeding, this, that. I kept reading that. As I was reading, I was like, excuse me, I told the nurse that was preparing the nitrous oxide, that's laughing gas for me. I was like, excuse me, please, can I talk to the dentist? And the guy came in and and then he said, oh no, you're fine, but like, let me just let you know that if you don't want it, then it's fine, you can forget about it. And I was like, okay. And it was almost like threatening that you have to do it either way, so either get on board or forget about it. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And he's like, but don't worry, it happens in like 1 in a million cases that you would be fine. So I was like, okay, sure, that sounds like enough reassurance. And so I signed away my life. And then of course, and then they tried to start the procedure. So she put the thing on my face. I tried to attach pictures here. And then she was like, you need to relax. She kept saying I need to relax. But you know, I was fighting it. Like it's like, I knew I'm supposed to get unconscious, but I did not want to get unconscious. So I said, Tolu, you need to calm down. This is a new year. I was like, okay, I've heard you. And I kept like bleeping. So I kept moving. So I think I began to feel it, that I was losing consciousness. And then she went to call the dentist again. And the guy was like, okay, take it off. I wish I could recreate it because it was funny to me. Like, it was serious, but I started laughing. He was like, ma'am, okay, I can't do this. We can't do this. I need you to be calm. I was like, okay, with the hand gestures. And he was making me laugh. And then I started laughing. And the dentist now started laughing. So after both of us had a good laugh, and then was like, what is the problem? What else do you need to know? Why aren't you like stable? I was like, sorry, I haven't just done this before. I've never gone into surgery. I've never gotten anesthesia before. So I'm a little iffy at the moment. I'm unsettled. And it's like, okay, it will be easy, it will be fast, like I'll be done in less than an hour, you won't even notice it. And so that's what he told me. I was like, okay, thank you. And then I told the woman that I can't feel my legs, I was trying to lift it up too, to like fight it. And she's like, okay, I'll reduce the concentration from 40% to 30%, just to like appease me. I was like, okay. So she ended up reducing it, but then I started to feel myself sleep. And I was like, God, just in case I can't make it. I've already signed my life away. Just in case anything happens. And my mom is the one who puts this fear on me. She's always like, all these medical procedures, doctors know how it should go. But because there's such a thing as the spiritual realm, things don't always go as they should go. So I was like, okay, I've heard you, mommy. Hopefully that will not be my case. Anyway, they reduced the concentration. I began to feel myself sleep. And then they came and they put something in my hand. And of course, I'm not an injection baby. I'm a pill girly. As they were putting the injection, although I was already weak, so I couldn't shake too much, but my hand still kept moving. The guy was just like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? And then, of course, eventually they put it, he's like, ma'am, I need you to calm down. It will be fast, it will be easy, And that's what I wanted. I just wanted someone to reassure me. It's not like I didn't know it would be fast. Like, just don't do it in an angry way. I'm such a big baby, guys. Anyway, so they put the anesthesia in. I felt the liquid. I felt like them. I saw when they put some liquid in me. And I began to think, I would be dramatic now if I tell you I saw white clouds. But that's a lie, I did not see. But I knew I was going because I was like, God, just in case I don't come back, please, I commit my soul into your spirit, into the yonder, and I was just going and I felt myself slip off. So I was just like, hopefully you'll make it. I'm not going to be like my mom and tell you you won't make it, but hopefully you will make it. So that's number one. You might not recover as fast. I'm still recovering, and you might not make it, but I know you will. Hallelujah. I know that I will make it. Anyway, number two, narcotics doesn't make you that high, I guess. Like, I was expecting, so I already heard that, they would also give like strong painkillers. So they gave me ibuprofen. 800 milligrams. Then they also gave me hydrocodone, 325 milligrams. Guys, I remember telling my friends after my surgery that, you guys, I'm on drugs. I shouldn't be saying this, but you know what I mean. And then I was like, but I don't feel the effect that much. Like, of course, I almost feel like there's no pain. It was numb, it was like, oh my God, I could chew. Like, I was even chewing. So my friend made fish pepper soup. I could chew the fish. Oh, and that's not normal, because usually the pain should be there. But anyway, then I was also talking to someone, they're like, 325 milligrams is not enough to get anyone high. And this is my second. I don't know why I'm so proud that I have these guys, but I know it's legally gotten, okay? And you know that when they fill your prescription for you at CVS, it takes so long to get it out. I feel like they're almost trying to make you give up on waiting for your drugs so that you can go. But I'm like, I'm not finna wait, because the pain I'm feeling, ibuprofen cannot do the job. But anyway, and then that's it. Okay, let me also share how after the surgery I woke up. Oh yeah, I should also share this. During the surgery, they were playing music in the background. Of course, it sounded like music you just hear on the radio. But then my girl came on, Megan Trainor. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm a Megan Trainor fan. I use her songs and love my reels. And also, I don't think I introduced myself at the beginning of this video. But anyway, hopefully by the time this video dropped, I should have dropped another video, 10 things to know about me. So go watch it, please. And then it can hopefully helps answer any questions you might have of this crazy girl sitting in front of you. But yeah, and so Megan Trainor, my girl, came on, and I was hearing it was their future husband, because I was humming. So that's when I knew that, okay, I think I'm awake now. And then I heard the dentist ask the other nurses, there were 2 nurses assisting him, that, is she humming? And then they were like, yeah, and they like slightly giggled. And I just kept humming. You know when they're like half awake, but you don't want to respond to anybody. I didn't even know what was going on, but I was like, wow, all her songs must really be in my spirit. All the word of God is also in my spirit like that. Anyway, and then my friend eventually came to pick me. I'd already brought like a sleepover bag and like a night bag to take home with her. And then we went to go pick up my narcotics and the other drugs that I just showed you, and then we went home. And of course, the anesthesia effect was still there. But most people, I also spoken to people who had done the surgery before, and they had said how like they knew they felt woozy, but I didn't feel any form of woozy. Maybe they also didn't give me high enough concentration. Like, I was expecting that, oh my God, for the first time I'm going to know what it feels like to be, on cloud nine. But guys, I was so disappointed. So disappointed in that anesthesia. But anyway, not that I'm chasing the high, please, oh. But yeah, I was just hoping for like, oh, I would finally experience what it means to be under anesthesia. But anyway, whatever. I felt normal. I was talking normally. I was even still taking pictures, because where we went, the surgery was somewhere in Aston in New York City, Greenwich Village, and that place reminded us of Boston, because she was also in Boston before she moved to New Jersey. So I was like, oh, I want to take a picture of this. And then I saw a Wegmans store. Sorry, this is all TMI. Wegmans is my favorite grocery store when I was in Ithaca, when I used to be upstate Ithaca, and I saw it in New York City. I was like, oh my God, I want to go in, So I still felt very normal. And then we went in, we got tomato soup. I don't like anything that has cheese in it. So we also saw lobster bisque, and then some other soup that had cheese in it. But I was like, I don't do cheese, just give me my tomato soup. And then when I got home, that was the first thing I had, tomato soup. At least I could just slurp it. Of course, my mouth was still heavy. They had to put some gauze in it to like take the blood, to like soak up the blood that was coming out. Sorry if that's very grueling image. I'll try to put pictures here to what it feels like. And it's crazy because I just started my new year normally. Like, by December 31st, I and two of my other friends, we went to the countdown. I went to Times Square to do the countdown, even though that was very shabby. Like, people were saying Happy New Year before the countdown finished. People were still counting down after it was 12 midnight. I was just like, this is a mess. But after that, one day after, I'm having my teeth taken out. So it wasn't a really nice experience for me, honestly. And I'm still recovering. Well, that segues into the third point. Number 3 point. Nothing like having friends or family that can actually take care of you or look after you. Like, I don't say this lightly. I remember after my friend dropped me back to my house, I really had to thank her and her husband for letting me stay over. They even kept insisting I should stay. But I was like, I'm tired, because all I did was eat and sleep. I'm like, I can't keep staying here. I'm so tired, you guys. Like, every time I wake up, she would serve me my food, maybe sweet potato and eggs or yogurt with banana on it. And like, actually, what I showed you before was something I recreated from her house. I learned that from her. When she served me food, she would add kiwi and pomegranates and cute stuff for me, and that's why I chose to go to her house, because I knew I'd be taken care of, you know. And I had pepper soup. Shout out again to you, Abike and Tolu, you know. So it was nice. And so there's nothing like having people that can actually take care of you. And I imagine that not everyone will actually have community, which is one of the sad things of actually moving from your home country to another country. You know, it's really sad. I could go on and on about that, but let's stay focused. Nothing like having family and friends take care of you, and hopefully I'll be able to pay that forward to someone else someday. But I couldn't even pay it to myself. I was like, how am I going to start cooking pepper soup for myself now? What if I don't? And I really did not have the strength. Like, you get so, the drugs make you so dry, so sleepy, so tired. I mean, there were times where I would be okay. I thought I was fine for the first 3 days because that hydrocodone came in on clutch, you know. But after, and they gave me 6 pills, and they don't mistakenly add one more. Even when I went the second time, I was like counting it. I was like, this will never mistakenly add one more. 6, period. That's it. And then, of course, by the time it was done, on come Saturday night, headaches. That's when I was telling you guys before. I thought I was going. I don't know if maybe it's another video that I've cut out. The headaches were so much. I had to call my mom. I was like, you know, and I didn't want to scare her, because she was even telling me that the hands of death will not snatch you in the mighty name of Jesus. That this headache, and I think she knows someone who might have passed from excruciating headaches or migraines before. She kept saying, don't pour cold water on your head. Please, I beg of you, that the devil, you know, when she was even praying, was even scaring me. That I was already scared that, why is my head, why am I feeling like they're pulling me from 2 sides? You know, it's like, it was bad. And this went on for at least 30 minutes. You know, I couldn't even stand up to go get myself water. And I didn't want to wake my friends who were hosting me, and she was like, you should just have woken us, would have gone to the ER. I'm like, ER on top headache? I guess I shouldn't take these things lightly. So if this is you, please, and you actually have those headaches, call. Even the dentist number, we tried calling them, but it was switched off. Anyway, I survived, and by Monday I went back to the dentist to go tell them that, you know, I'm having headaches, they should check. And of course I had to go back to, because they had to clean it. So now when I eat, they're like holes in my teeth, like food is falling into those holes. So they give you something like a projector to like wash, to like project water into those holes. So when you rinse your mouth, anything that is there will come out. So I don't know if this is a sustainable process, if I have to go fill that hole. You know, it's a lot. I'm not really sure. This is why I hate medical procedures. And then let's not even talk about what it means to be pregnant and go into the delivery room or do CS or have euthanasia. Or no, not euthanasia. I'm confusing it. I don't know what it is. There's something that they give them, pregnant women. But anyway, it's a lot. And this could even lead me into the woes of being a woman. But let's not go there. Because being a woman is also beautiful. Anyway, number 14, your work actually waits for you. The hell? You know, I kept saying they kept telling me, don't worry, the work is fine. Because on Monday I was so apprehensive. I didn't want to have to cancel my one-on-one with my manager, because I hadn't even, remember I told you I took time off from December 21st. I hadn't spoken to him in like 3 weeks. I was like, okay, I don't want to look like that lousy, you know, direct report that, you know. I was like, oh, I need to talk to him, I need to give him updates. I can't take another day off, it's going to look irresponsible. But honestly, that was the first time I realized that, gosh, my health, I really had to prioritize it then. Actually, you know, I felt, and God's so good. We had another important meeting at the end of the day. They moved that. Apparently a lot of people on my team were feeling sick, so that kind of played out well for me, because I was really feeling bad and like anxious. Oh my God, I don't want to have to say, because I generally believe that when I tell people I'm sick, people don't believe, or like people in general just don't like pick up on it. So I didn't want to be that person that's like, oh, I'm still ill, or look irresponsible. But this is also, I think it also has to do with me being a minority, being black, being, you know, not being able to assert that this is how I feel and everyone should be fine with it. But that's another topic for another day. And apparently the work waits for you, you know. So I just thought, okay, maybe I'll come back and someone else would have done it. But no, it's waiting for me. It's still waiting for me. I'm really begging God, please give me the creativity and the wisdom I need to be able to deliver on my tasks at work, because I even generally feel too sick to think. I don't feel like as excited. But you know, that's another topic for another day. I know God will answer my prayers. Number 5 thing. It will take you a while to heal. But because I've been talking too much, I've already said it. But that's number 5. It will take you a while to heal. It will take you a while to heal. And yeah, sadly, that's just the truth. It might actually, because for some people, they recover faster. So that Monday, I had to take time off again. I couldn't work on Tuesday. I couldn't go into the office on Tuesday. And at my company, my org works in the office Tuesday to Thursday. I couldn't go in on Tuesday. I couldn't go in on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I woke up with another fever again. I was like, oh my God. God, are you not hearing me that I'm tired of being in bed? And then Thursday, I mustered courage. Like, it took me almost 3 hours to get ready that morning because of how fatigued I felt, you know. But I was like, I really want to go in. So I just kept like pushing myself. And then I had my bath. You know when you just feel like you wish someone could sponge bath you because of how weak you feel. Guys, I was really sick. Even on Tuesday, I remember I had sweet potato porridge at home, and you know, it's like soft, it's runny, it's easy to like eat, even with the pain. I was still feeling pain in some areas. You know, because of the narcotics, apparently, I had to schedule a 1 medical appointment. They told me that it causes constipation, so it might still be in my system. I vomited. I actually puked. At first I was sitting, I was lying down. I was like, I'm not okay. I sat up. Then I felt, you know when you just feel that regurgitating feeling, and I ran to the bathroom to go vomit. And guys, you know, that thing taught me that I'm really not an adult. I was so sad. I was like, nobody to rub my back. You know, when you vomit as a child living with your parents, you know, and they hear, or if someone is just with you, you know, someone comes, rubs your back, goes to go and bring water, you drink water. I had to do all that by myself. I never experienced that before. So I was like, ah! Living alone is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Being single, living alone is not for me. And I was like, who am I going to text now? But eventually when I was talking to my friends, of course, I shared this with a lot of people that I can't believe I vomited and I had no one to tell. Like, no one to tell me sorry, basically. And then I was just talking to my sisters. I also told my mom, I vomited. She's like, oh my God, you know. But it's just always weird. As you can see, I am close to my mom, as you can tell already. But anyway, it's just always weird that you have to go through that alone. And after I finished vomiting, I cleaned myself. I cleaned the sink. I came back and I lay down. I couldn't even find muster strength to eat. And I was like, even if I order food, I'm already constipated. I'm not able to poop. Like, I'm not able to use the bathroom. Guys, and I was even like, I wish this was a sickness that I knew that, okay, maybe this is a real sickness. But it's like sickness from discomfort. You can't poop. You can't sleep well. Your body is hot. All this from tooth surgery. Well, those are the 5 things I have to share with you that you should know. I don't know. It's now, the ball is in your court. If you have been scheduled for it and you decide that you want to take it, all the best. Honestly, I wish you all the best. You might actually recover faster. Because my mom was telling me that if I was someone who actually ate a lot of fruits and drank a lot and my veggies more, maybe my body would have healed faster. There's nothing I've not eaten. I've taken Miralax, like they said, is good for poop. I've taken what are all the things my friend even gave me? Watermelon. She almost made pineapple juice for me, you know, to have fiber. There's nothing I did not eat to try to push this thing out. I took olive oil, spoons of olive oil. That actually worked. It helped me go to the toilet a bit. And then I also took black tea. I drank my Lipton Black. And I told my mom I didn't add anything. She was like, don't add sugar, don't add milk. But I added vanilla syrup for people who cannot do without sugar. I got you. It's 0 calories too. But I was like, I can't drink this tea black anyway. So I had that, and it actually helped me. What else did I do that actually made me go to the toilet? Then I was taking DocuState, stool soft. Now I had that at home already because I take iron tablets, you know. So it was a lot. And guys, I'm still recovering. But although aside the fact that I think I actually have COVID, I haven't tested because I don't even know if I have a test kit. And also I don't feel like putting that thing in my nose. I really hate discomfort, honestly. I'm just tired. But anyway, so I would say I'm resting at home. This morning I actually feel good, and I was like, okay, I'm going to record this video and actually just share my experience in a nutshell and all the 5 things you should know. No matter what, you might not make it. I'm joking, you will make it. I'm sure you will. It might take a while to heal. Narcotics doesn't make you that high, sadly. Nothing like friends or family that can take care of you, and then your work actually still waits for you. That's the saddest part. But yeah, and I have a surprise for you. Let me show you my teeth. I know you might say it's disgusting. Yeah, don't look. This is it. See my teeth. Yuck, right? I asked them to keep it from me. So the 4th one, they said that it got broken, but I feel like they might have taken it for medical experiments. You get, but I don't know. But this 4 of them, is it focusing? I don't know. But this is what they look like, and then they're long. I feel like I should throw it away, but I'm a hoarder too, so I don't know. But I want to show my children, my grandchildren, that your mama took out her teeth, you know, or not. We'll see. But that brings me to the end of this video. I also got Asina. In America we call it Tylenol. In Nigeria we call it paracetamol, but the medical name is acetaminophen. I also had to get that because I felt like ibuprofen was not working. 800 milligrams. So The pain was a lot, guys. That's the cocoa of this story, Sha. But you will be fine and you will make it like me. And this video has given me some pump of energy, you know. This was nice. Well, nice to meet you guys. This is one of my very new videos, so we're just getting to know each other. This is me in a nutshell. So nice to meet you all. But I hope that wherever you're doing well. And by the way, I have a podcast. You should also check that out. If you're from the podcast, hi, how are you? I know you already know how this goes. But if you're new here, if you're just discovering me on YouTube, hi, it's nice to meet you too. I'm Tolu, or you can call me Tools or Sexy T. Whatever you want. But yeah, have a lovely, lovely week ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Oh my god, first video I'm recording. Let's do this, girl. Okay.